Welcome if this your first time on the channel. Today we are reviewing Godfather of Harlem Season 4, and they were able to pull this off. They had a lot of questions from me going into this season, and they were able to answer those questions and then make this a great, successful season. One of the big questions, you lost Malcolm X. How are you going to transition? And they transitioned from Malcolm X to the Black Panthers, bring in Afeni Shakur. All of that was dope. In the last episode, episode 10, you heard Bumpy saying to the ghost of Malcolm X, I tried. Because this whole season, he was trying to get out the game. But he wasn't able to get out the game. And now he's going to be back hustling come season 5. And come season 5, I believe they going to transition and start really giving this thing over to Frank Lucas. So at the end of season 5, Bumpy might pass away, Frank Lucas gonna take over, and they gonna start this whole universe, which was my idea. I can't lie. I was the first person to say, yo, they need to do a Godfather of Harlem universe. I made that video maybe 2, 3, it might have been 4 years ago. I don't know exactly when I made it. I'm gonna put it down in the description so you can check it out, because you got Frank Lucas, you got Nicky Barnes. It's a bunch of people that you could go to. You could take it all the way up to Ace them that was in Paid in Full. You could really go all the way up with Godfather of Harlem creating that universe, and I broke that down in that video, and one of the producers liked it. So I know they acknowledged that, yo, we seen this video, you see, and I'm gonna put it down in the description because I know y'all think I'm lying, but this season 4 had a lot that I liked about it. It's really two things. One thing they need to stay away from, because it's destroying franchises, it's destroying brands. And then one thing they got to do better with. I'm going to talk about them at the end. Now, you had Pettigrew, the big change up, which when I first seen the first episode, I was saying, yo, they bringing in Frank Lucas. I think Pettigrew is going to get knocked off. He didn't get knocked off, but he ended up changing sides, and now he just going to be out there naked come season 5. Because Joe Colombo then got hit at the end. It wasn't even Chance that did it. So Chance gonna let Bumpy know, hey, I took them shots after, but that first shot, that was the young boy, the YN, Jerome. Took that first shot. He like, yo, I can get the job done. I'm gonna take out Joe Colombo. And he actually did it. Now, would the cops be able to find out and all that? I don't know. But he ends up taking out Joe Colombo. So Pettigrew is gonna be naked. And I bet you, Chance is going to be on the hunt. Come season 5, he going to be on Pettigrew hard, because remember, Bumpy already put 2 and 2 together. Chance like, nah, dog, that can't be Pettigrew. Not my dog. That's how Chance looking at it. He like, nah, dog, Pettigrew wouldn't do that. Pettigrew did that. Remember, they first plan didn't work out. They ended up burning the club. They knocked off a bunch of Italians, but Joe Colombo didn't show up because of Pettigrew. So that's the whole thing. Season 5, that probably happened episode 1, episode 2, where Pettigrew running for his life and somebody, hunt him down and knock him off. But I definitely see that coming. Or he might team up with somebody else. It won't be the Italians. So maybe they bring in another person that want to run Harlem, and Pettigrew team up with them, and they end up catching Pettigrew later on in the season. That's a possibility too. But he done switched up. Another thing that I want to speak on, because they introduced it in season 4. This is all part of the universe, and they getting ready to transition from Bumpy to Frank Lucas. So they introduced Bumpy having heart problems in this season. Remember American Gangster? He passed away with Frank Lucas, and then Frank Lucas take over, which they did a great job with that too. At the beginning and middle of the season, I was getting a little nervous, because I'm like, yo, at some point, Frank Lucas is going to have to come to Bumpy Johnson's side. I know y'all ain't about to have Frank Lucas literally beefing with Bumpy, going heads with Bumpy for a whole season. And they didn't. Frank Lucas started getting some understanding. He country from the South. He, just on some survival stuff. He started getting some understanding. He go over to Bumpy, which is good. I also wanted Frank Lucas and Stella to get together, because I thought that'd be a power couple. I'll put that video down in the description too. But it got close. but they didn't actually get there. Maybe in season 5 they pick up and do become a power couple, because we know Stella love the brothers, right? And then we know Frank Lucas, he likes Stella. Stella beautiful. That's, hey, Joe Colombo, Frank Lucas, even Bumpy knows Stella look good, right? That's just a given. So we know he gonna like Stella if she like him. That ain't, yeah, come on now. But he saves her from passing away, because Pino was about to choke her out. Like, yo, I'm just gonna choke her. He wasn't even gonna hit her with the, because I think if he really wanted to shoot her, when he first took the gun, he could have shot her. He was like, yo, I'm just about to take her. I don't want no noise, nobody to know it. So I think he was just gonna choke her out for real. Even though he had the gun, I think he would have just choked Stella out eventually if they would have been in there fighting too long. Bumpy knows, yo, you can't trust Pino. You can't trust Joe Colombo. Stella want to be the boss of the game, but she don't know. These dudes is crooked. They'll whack you if they have to, like it ain't nothing. So he sends Frank over there, and Frank saves her. That gonna have to bring them closer. I mean, it's, you save my life, we closer. Literally. I don't care what it is. You save my life. Yeah, dog, you my dog for life. Like, you saved me. I would have been gone if it wasn't for you. What you need? You need help with something? I got you. Whatever you need. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna be closer going to season 5. I like that. I like the fact that, Bumpy was able to finally outsmart Joe and the Italians by bringing back in Joe Bonanno. And I'm hoping I'm saying that last name right. But the actor that plays him, that plays Joe, because I'm used to just saying Joe, but you got Joe Colombo, and then you got the original Joe from season 1 that came back. Dog, when he's involved, you dealing with some Italian mob stuff. He's one of those legendary Italian mob actors. Bring him in. He's going to get the job done. No matter what it is. It can be Irish, Italian, whatever it is. If it's the mob, bring him in. He going to get the job done. He know how to play that role. Chin Gigante, the actor that plays Chin Gigante, knows how to play that role too. That's why in season 1, they were so powerful. Like, I'm not from a standpoint of the show, but the show being so powerful. Because you got Bumpy Johnson. We know Forrest Whitaker with the great actor. Then you got Chin Gigante. Then you got Joe Bonanno. Then you got, it's like, yo, they got a stack. Method Man was a part of it at some point. It was like, yo, this cast is stacked. If you've been watching film and stuff, they had an amazing cast. So all of them on screen together, it was like a lot. So Chin, he had to shoot Daredevil, right? Which Daredevil kind of flopped. It really did. As he was the kingpin, on Daredevil didn't do good with streaming at all. It actually did horrible streaming, right? So we might see more of him season 5 too. Because he probably like, this ain't what I thought it was going to be. Let me go back to Godfather of Harlem. So we didn't get much of him because of that, I believe. But he was gone. Then you got the Joe that they bring back in. So they got Chin leaving, bring back in Joe. He came right in, fit in well, did a great job. Like, they really pieced this together well. They did a good job introducing Frank Lucas, having him go against Bumpy. And it's going to lead to Frank Lucas wanting to be his own boss and not work with the Italians or have more of a partnership with the Italians instead of him basically working for the Italians, right? Because Bumpy is like under the Italians. He didn't want to be that no more. He didn't even want to hustle no more. Shout out to Malcolm X for inspiring Bumpy to stop. But he wasn't able to accomplish that. But sometimes you ain't the person that's going to be able to accomplish the things you want to accomplish. It might be your nephew. It might be your little cousin. It might be your son. You see, so you might be the one in the family that inspired the next generation to be able to accomplish the things you wanted to. I think it's going to be a situation like that with Bumpy and Frank Lucas, because Frank is seeing Bumpy don't want to hustle no more. Frank is saying Bumpy don't want to be under the mob no more. He want to be his own man. He want to be on top. He want to run Harlem. That's inspiring him. So this is going to lead to where Frank Lucas want to be the boss, and he ends up going overseas like we see in American Gangster and getting his whole setup. Now, the two things that they need to work on going forward. Remember, season 4 was a great season for me. I thought they did a great job. Hopefully they bring back all of the actors and actresses that was a part of it, and the ones that were significant. I think Elise with Black Panthers was a great thing too, introducing Afeni. I think the daughter, Mamie's daughter, Bumpy's daughter, it ain't Margaret. I think her and the dude Jerome, they probably gonna have something. They growing up. All of that's great. I loved all that. I liked a lot about this season. I thought the season was dope. But the two things they gotta work on. One, y'all need the budget. When y'all writing them scenes, make sure you got the budget for those scenes. Because there was a couple scenes that was just god awful. Because you didn't have the budget. That's why they was god awful. The scene with Fat Joe, when Fat Joe came on the screen, that scene was god awful. When the car blew up, I don't know what episode that was, but I'm like, yo, this is bad. This is real bad. They got to change that. The other thing, y'all introduce the guy James Baldwin. Don't go too far down that path. All right? I don't know what's the best way to say it to you, but, or actually, here's the best way to say it to you. Your target audience will be somebody like me. All right? Don't go too far down that path. That ain't your target audience. I call it the Supermans in the lowest lanes. Them are your target audience. These are more traditional people. The man want to be the hero. The woman want to be with the man that's the hero. You see what I'm saying? That's your target audience. Don't stray too far. Really think about it. What is the classic that we got this year? That in culture, in black culture, we say, yo, this is a classic. And black people are moving more right, more conservative. One of the big reasons we doing that is because it's a religious or spirituality problem on the left, where they against everything that's religious and spiritual, right? But nevertheless, the biggest cultural impact from a movie, film standpoint was Sinners. When you look at Sinners, what they did that was great is they didn't involve none of that stuff. So they stuck with the target audience, and now everybody enjoy it. You can't be going too far down to James Baldwin and don't do that. Don't do that. That's a bad thing to do. It's gonna really turn people off of the show if y'all do that. So those are the things that you gotta brush up on. Those two things. That the scenes that you're doing, big scenes. So for instance, I know Frank Lucas gonna have to go overseas to get the dope at some point. Y'all can go down to Florida and shoot it. You gonna have to go somewhere and shoot it. Georgia, some Florida. You know, if you got it to go overseas, but you gonna have to make that scene with whatever budget y'all got. You gonna have to make that scene look good. It can't look crazy. Them scenes where y'all was burning people up and exploding cars, that stuff looked crazy, man. It didn't look good, you know. So that's one. And then, you know, stay away from the James Baldwin. Don't go too far down that stuff. Don't do it, because that's going to be a bad look for you. But other than that, great season. Y'all introduced Bumpy having a heart attack. Y'all introduced Frank Lucas. Y'all introduced the Black Panthers, Afeni Shakur. I mean, you know, y'all really did a great job introducing people. Y'all brought back Joe. Y'all did a lot, man. Maybe Chin could come back. It's still always an opportunity for that. You know, so y'all did a great job. Y'all moving the storyline along, and yeah, it's a great show. But let me know your thoughts on the show. Season 4, do you think it was a success? Do you still hold Godfather of Harlem up there with the great shows? Because remember, before this season, I was saying Godfather of Harlem need to be up there with The Wire, The Original Power, stuff like that. It's on that level. Snowfall, those 4 are the 4 best shows to me. that dealing with this type of stuff. Those 4 are the ones. But y'all let me know what you thought about season 4 in the comments. As always, if this your first time here, make sure you sub to the channel. Check out the other content. Click that like button. Y'all be easy. Be safe. Peace.